from Detroit Axle. Not a bad deal on eBay.
Or they're just a manufacturing defect. It's like that for both of them.
Audio on, okay. So down here, we're taking off this whole assembly. I'm going to take the rotor off. I mean, it's already off on the passenger side. I was just giving it a little test. I'll go over to the driver's side and take it off with you. Let's see if we can even see this. Yeah. In the last episode, it was an unboxing, but I pretty much took all this out for that suspension, for the, to get the top hats off the struts and springs. I just stopped recording to get it to go. Okay, so it's cut on the bottom there. Just wanted to show you that. That was a fucking pain. Alright. So this nut is already off up here. I'm not even gonna zoom because I don't think my camera's fucking focusing right now. But all I'm gonna do, we have a new one of these, the upper control arms. So I'm just gonna hammer on this up, or this if it doesn't come out. The other one I just gave it a few taps and this pops straight down. Before that though, we're gonna take the brake caliper off of the rotor. Just 17 millimeter on the back, 2/17s, and that will come right off. Then this whole thing should just drop out. Then next we're gonna take this off. We gotta do that inside the car, but we'll get to that later. I'm just gonna leave you sitting right here on this little drain pan. Well, look at that. A 10 millimeter for the brake line bracket, which is gonna be, let's see if this is even in a good position. Yeah, that should be okay. So it's gonna be this bracket up here. It's just two 10 millimeters. They come right off. Two 17s after that. Right off. We're gonna be changing this line anyway, so I'm not worried about twisting it up. Oh, I actually did want to show you on this side. No, on the other side, it's so old, the rubber line was cracking. This one's fine, but we're changing them out anyway. I'm just gonna leave them on top of this lower like control arm, and then this piece hasn't come out yet. So what I'm gonna do, I'm actually give it a couple whacks. You know, if you're reusing your ball joints, you don't want to be hitting the thing, it's gonna mushroom. So careful with that. Fuck. Yep. Pretty easy. So fucking pissed I just recorded all that without audio. This is what my day's been. Honestly, it's just all shit. Here we go. This is on there. I've used like one of the hammer screwdrivers as well, not coming out. Drilling bolts out with this dollar store drill and fucking drill bit. Going on that one. Still got two more to do. See ya. God, that was a fucking pain in the ass. Time to go try and take the ball joints off. I doubt they'll fucking come out. Alright, so I got both of these labeled, driver and passenger. I'm gonna do one at a time so I can keep the label on there. I'm just gonna hit it with the wire wheel. Then I'm probably gonna hit it with some Rust-Oleum. This is the, and it's black. That's what I did on the forks for the suspension. So I'm just gonna, and it came out pretty nice. Yeah, I'll be back when I'm taking the ball joints off. Okay, we got one down. I'm going to show you how to do it on this side. So a lot of the videos I saw on YouTube and shit, they were able to get these. I was going to show you on the other one. They were able to get these screws. It's the most awkward thing to hold. These screws right here are out because it's so far away from the hub. Mine, you can't fit a fucking screwdriver down there. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take some vice grips. Gonna put them on there, and I have one hand. You're gonna break them free. And now, if you only have vice grips, you could just keep twisting it with this. Like to get the vice grip on one hand now. Gonna fucking fall over. Fuck you. And then if you could just keep doing that, or if you have like a fucking super skinny screwdriver, you stick it through the hole. Well, all my bolts, or if you like me. Oh no, we got one there. And you gotta drill your holes out, drill your screws out before it won't fit. So see how it's on an angle, so you can't really get anything bigger in there. And then you can just do that, twist them out. I'll be back when all those are off. Cool. You could then push this shroud all the way back. Mine is, I've seen people take them off. Mine is attached all the way around, so you probably have to take the wheel bearing off to take it all the way off. You don't need to. You could just move it out of the way, because what you want now, like I showed before on the other one, probably angled like that. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep your foot there or in a vise, and then you're just gonna fucking whack the shit out of this. Don't want to hit this, so you can turn that around, and then you're just gonna keep whacking, because this thing is only for putting it on, apparently, because it does not work taking it out. Nothing. When you're done, or in the middle of, in my case, taking your anger out on this ball bearing, you can then put your new one in. I'm going to show you how to do that. Then you're going to put this in pretty straight, and then I'll be back when that is like that to tell you the rest. So you get your ball bearing centered in there. You got this C-clip from whatever, I'm using one from AutoZone, the rental one. It's $160, or if you return it, it's free. I have this coupler that it comes with, the smallest one. It's like goes around there, but it's big enough to let the rest of this ball bearing right here squeeze through. I have the thing I think is supposed to be on the end of this. That's supposed to be on the end of this on here. And then the other thing that's supposed to be on the end of this one on top of here, because when this pushes through, the little stud for the ball bearing is already about there, and when it's all the way seated, it comes up to about here. So you need all the room you can. There's holes in here where they're going to go through, and you really don't want this thing cranking down on the end of it. So you're going to grab the AutoZone one's 22 millimeter, crank down on this. It's going to slide in, and you're going to keep going until it's going to go, and then when you see it stop moving, it's going to stop pretty instantly. That's when you know you're far enough. I'm going to crank down on here. I'm probably going to have to mute it after, or could probably turn the volume in here, but I'm not touching the fucking road on this thing. We're going to go like this. And that's when it stopped. You're going to see that little ridge right there. That's where the supplied snap ring goes in. My old ones didn't have a snap ring on them, but I'm just gonna put these on because they came with it. I'm gonna do that off camera because I need both hands. I'm gonna use the snap ring. How I kind of did it, I have to put the snap ring on. I have like shitty Harbor Freight snap ring pliers, and I have to hold this end with my fingers to keep it from flexing. And then once I get it around here, right below these two silver pins, I let it go and I pretty much just tap it around evenly to get it to slide down. If you ever try this, you'll know what I mean, because it's just a pain in the ass to get it around here. Once you get on the metal part, you can just slide it down. And I'll be back. Yeah, very cool. I did the driver's side upper control arm. Super easy on the driver's side. It's already out. You can see. All you do is take off, there's a 14 millimeter here. It was on there a little tight, but you can break it free. There's one on the back. You didn't really need to move anything. I just took this brake booster air hose vacuum line out of the bracket to be able to move it around. This side's a little more tricky. You can see we started with removing the battery. The battery needs to be out because it is over the one bolt's right there, and then the other one, if you have a intercooler piping, because you're turbo like me, you have to move that out of the way if it's in the way. So mine's just unhooked. We're gonna get a 14 millimeter. There we go. The end of here. Break it free with our hands. We'll zip right out. And then the other side, do the same. Bolts will come out. Down here, pull it out. Or with the old one. New one goes in the exact opposite way. Super easy. This is the easiest part. No frustration here. Put the battery back in. I'm probably going to put those in now because I want to get the intercooler piping, everything back up in the engine bay. Then end links are fairly simple as well. I'm not going to do the inner. I don't see any reason to. These are just mega shot. I sprayed these with WD-40 a little bit ago because they were crusty. I don't know if you can see that. But what you can do to make your life easier, count these threads. Or put a little mark at the end. You're going to break this free, screw this guy off. And then when you screw the new one on, when you tighten it up, it will be at the end of where you marked or the end of the amount of threads that you've counted. Keep the alignment fairly straight, at least until you get it to the place where you're gonna have your whole new suspension dialed in. After that, we're gonna do the brake lines. I also sprayed these. I don't know, they didn't look crusty, but I sprayed them anyway, so those will come off easy, and we'll get the braided brake lines on. Let's see if I could show you where the brake line looked I swear I wasn't lying. It was all cracked. I know it's the outside, but still, like, you don't want to see that. It's all twisted up. Yeah, the braided brake, the rubber brake line was cracked when I was taking the caliper off. All right, that's all. Well, we're not doing the upper control arms today because the one's from Detroit Axle. You can see they're lined up here. It's a little off, and then on this side, it's way off, and they're about a ½ an inch longer with this one. So they either sent me the wrong ones, or they're just a manufacturing defect. It's like that for both of them. So I can't use them. They don't fit. They will not fit inside the Civic. Trying that. It's like, you can't. There's like no way it's going in there. Bruh. Brake line's out.